So Gordon, 1966, a World Cup final. What was it like to play in such a prestigious occasion?
Well, it's fantastic, as you can imagine. It's the highest thing you can achieve in professional football, obviously in international football, and to actually be there. I mean, when we entered the competition, we didn't know, even though we were playing at Wembley and playing in England, we didn't know how far we were going to get. We'd had a terrific run up to the start of the tournament, but you still don't know. And to go on and then play in a final, well, the most incredible thing really, and then to go on to win it was an even greater achievement. It really was.
Alf Ramsey, the manager, could you let us know a little bit about the kind of character he was and what made him so special to be able to lead our country to such a
this guy
victory?
was fantastic. He really was fantastic because he had everything covered. He knew everything about the opposing team. He'd come up and speak to you on a one-to-one basis. Be careful of this, or I want you to mark him tight, and all this sort of thing. Absolutely gem he was, and he made sure that you didn't think as a player you were automatic choice. You had to go back to your club and play as good as you did if you'd have had a good game for England. Otherwise, he wouldn't bother with you. Or he made sure that you knew that in your own mind. So you did do that. If you wanted to play for England, you went back to your own club and you had to play well. Great.
Did you get a chance to absorb the occasion? Because I suppose that you speak to a lot of footballers that the 90 minutes passes you by very quickly. Then the presentation of the trophy, the collecting of the medal. Did you have time to absorb it? Can you recollect those moments quite clearly still?
Well, I can remember them, but it's always going to be there because it's something, as I say, so special in your life, and I think basically from the moment when you get reminded of these things, from the moment we got on the bus going to Wembley, everything was so different that time, because normally in an international match, though you're nervous, I mean the lads that get a couple of card scores going on the bus, everybody's sat looking out the window because the nervous system was kicking in, and driving up Wembley Way with all the crowd roaring and everything, and we just looking down like this, and it was just thinking about the game, and every player was exactly like that. But yeah, you remember the little incidents and things in the game that turned it one way, then turned it the other, and I think with us being the first England team to win the World Cup, I think that will always be there. Even if they won it this year, I think with us being the first team to have won it, I think that occasion will always be remembered. I think, yeah.
You had domestic success as well. 2 League Cup winners' medals, lost 2 FA Cup finals. How did they compare to playing in a World Cup final?
Well, whenever you're playing a final, honestly, I'm not being clever here, it's a great thrill for you. I mean, the League Cup finals I played in weren't played at Wembley because it's only been going a few years, and they played it home and away. But playing the FA Cup finals for Leicester City at Wembley, I mean, again, to walk out with the club, and the roar of the crowd, the full house, in a cup final is something very special. I mean, unfortunately, we lost the 2 FA Cup finals, but we did win. I got 2 League Cup finals, one with Stoke, one with Leicester, and we lost one with Leicester. So it was, I still felt very proud to walk out, and very privileged really to play at Wembley that many times.
Peter Shilton was your eventual successor in the England jersey as number 1, and went on to become the most capped player in England's history. What are your memories of Peter, and how did you rate him as a goalkeeper?
Oh, I knew he was going to be a good goalkeeper because after my training sessions, he was still at school, and we'd be finishing, and we had to walk through the gym to get to the dressing room, and one of the trainers had got him in the gym, which was like concrete, and they got these 2 mats like that, and he's standing between the 2 mats, and the guy's banging balls either side, and he's leaping across, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, I just didn't say anything to anybody, but I could see the technique was absolutely spot on. He was landing on his side here, when he was catching and everything. And I thought to myself, wow, this lad looks a bit good. And of course he came on to push me away from Leicester and then go on to play for England and get that tremendous amount of caps, which is very, very good indeed.
Finally, Gordon, the OBE, the presentation you received from the Queen, special moment in your life?
Oh, very much so. Very, very proud moment because you can take your family with you and they sit like in an audience and you get introduced. There's a queue of you and you just get introduced one by one. And for them to be there that day and me receiving it was a wonderful, wonderful day. And you know, for them as well, and it's something that they will always remember, if you understand. It's great for the family, wonderful.
And did you have any special words for you?
Yes, she did actually. She said, "How did you cope with the heat in Mexico and the altitude?" So I just explained a little bit, like, you know, and but she was interested. Yeah.
Terrific achievement, Gordon Banks. Thanks very much.
Thank you.